Facebook pay musicians when people use their music in Facebook videos? The answer is yes. Fortunately, they don't pay you a lot when that happens, and in this video I'm going to take you inside my most recent quarterly statement so you can see just how much you get paid. Stay tuned for the end because I think there's going to be 3 key lessons here, and the most important one is how you can maximize your earnings as an artist if you are getting your music placed on Facebook, but we kind of got to walk through everything first. I want to first start by just showing you one of my recent royalty statements here, and I want to pay attention to these yellow lines here. My song Back in the Game in one period in Q3 of 2021 was played 8,450 times on Facebook as part of a user-generated content, UGC. And in exchange for that 8,455 plays, as the owner of the music, I made 11 cents. Now, what does that mean as the owner of the music? Well, it means I distributed the music myself or through a publisher, but in this case through myself, and or through a distributor, sorry, and then I had all the rights to the underlying music. And so I was able to reap all that 11 cents for those plays. Whereas if you had a record label, that's generally the share that the record label would take, and maybe they'd pay the artists some of that, they probably would, but that would be the share that an artist signed to a record label would split with their record label. And so the first part of the lesson here is that I recommend working with an independent distributor like DistroKid, and I've got a full review of DistroKid down below. You can check that link so that you can get your music in a lot more places like Facebook, and they make sure that you get that share. They are not holding it other than a small administrative amount. So that full 11 cents was mine, but there's another chunk here. So let's look at this other yellow line here. This is the same song being played 8,455 times as Facebook user-generated content, but this is the part that I'm entitled to as the songwriter, and these are another 13 cents. So the songwriters actually get paid a slightly higher rate than the song owner. You can think of it this way. Let's say that Adele records a cover of a Beatles song. Well, Adele would be the artist there, and her record company would share the mechanical royalties portion, that first part there, that 11 cents. But John Lennon and Paul McCartney, as the songwriters, would be entitled to the 13 cents left over. So the way that you can maximize your earnings is by writing original music, essentially, and owning the rights to that underlying music, not only as the songwriter, but as the owner of the recording. And so that's how you go from making, 5 cents in this situation to making 28 cents, which is like a 3 billion% increase. That's not mathematically accurate, but don't check it. Obviously these are small amounts of money, but over time they certainly can add up. I've done nothing to create this content on Facebook. And this is the biggest key here. These are all like third level royalties that I'm earning by doing music licensing. So what I do is I sell my music on music licensing sites like Pond5, Audio Sparks, things like that. And then some people use my music to create videos on Facebook or Instagram. I get paid first when they buy my song to use in their video, and then every time their video is played on Facebook, I'm getting paid again. I did not make this content. I did not promote this content. So this is basically right now, $10, $15 a quarter. Some quarters have made $70 from this user-generated content, and I think it's only going to grow as this, more and more of my content makes its way onto the platforms like this. And I've got an entire crash course on how to license your music, because licensing your music is really where the money is. It is not through promoting your music on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. And so if you click on a link down below, you can join the free 5-day music licensing crash course and figure out how you can actually start making some money from your music as opposed to pennies. But if you're already making money and you're making bonus pennies, that's pretty good. I really hope you found this video useful. If you've got any questions along the way, just leave a comment below and I'd be happy to respond and share any insights I can have. Hope you found this interesting. Bye-bye. Oh, and be sure to check out that next video.